at this capacity building workshop for law enforcement agencies in Sokoto State. We have invited the representatives of the Nigeria Police, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NAPTIP, Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Response Team, Immigration and Correctional Services, as well as the Hisba Commission in Sokoto. The activity is to strengthen the capacity of law enforcement agencies and institutions, including deliberations on the codes of ethics and disciplinary actions of regulatory bodies, to prevent and respond to violence against women and girls, sexual and gender-based violence, harmful practices, and to promote the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women and girls in Sokoto State. We are targeting an outcome that national and subnational systems and institutions plan, fund, and deliver evidence-based programs that prevent and respond to violence against women in all sectors. We're expecting an output at the end of the day that the capacities of law enforcement agents and prosecutors is strengthened to deliver services that prevent and respond to SGBV, especially for those girls and women facing intersecting and multiple forms of discrimination. These objectives for the workshop are designed from the supply side, considering that law enforcement is central to the fulfillment of government's fundamental obligation to society, which is to maintain law and order and secure lives and properties of citizens and residents. Therefore, the workshop is to build the capacity of strategic law enforcement officials to have a deep appreciation of one, the purpose and principles of mainstreaming prevention and responses to SGBV in law enforcement. Two, to understand the national and international standards relevant to law enforcement, violence against women and girls, and other vices. Challenges of operationalizing and mainstreaming preventive and responsive measures. Because there must be challenges along the way as you do your work. The earlier you understand the challenges and the problems, the better, because any challenge you understand is a step to providing a solution. Of course, fit and good practices, best practices. That's why we brought the creme de la creme of facilitators who have seen these things from a practical perspective and who will talk to you on best practices. Of course, we want to establish relationships for continued institutional knowledge support within the project period. The topics to be presented over the 2 days are: one, based and derived from the objectives. The first one is the purpose and principles of mainstreaming prevention and response to violence against women and girls in law enforcement. The second is about the standards on law enforcement and SGB. The third is on fit and good practices. The fourth is about challenges of operationalizing and mainstreaming those preventive and responsive measures. And the fourth one, or the fifth one, is about gender and law enforcement in Nigeria in the light of all these challenges. So before I conclude, I don't know how many of you watch channels television. I think between 5 to 6. Not up to 6, not up to 8.
3 hours.
3 hours. There was a program by this Sense Spotlight Initiative. The President spoke, the Minister of Women Affairs spoke, the first PRO spoke, the Deputy Senate President spoke, the Chairman of the Governors Forum of the Governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, spoke, and the country representative of the UN in Nigeria spoke, as well as the Deputy Secretary General, our own Amina Mohammed, spoke, and a couple of other persons. And the focus was on this sexual and gender-based violence. I don't know whether you were on duty, you didn't watch it. How many of you watched it? Can I see your hands? No, I don't mean the facilitators. How many of you here in the field watch it? So I'm sure you were too busy protecting us, so I can appreciate. But how I wish I had remembered to send text to you, because it will have provided you a very fertile background to understand the context. Because this is not even a joke. for such a program for the president to make out time to speak. I even forgot Minister of Budget and Planning. So you could see the president talked about it, the Budget and Planning Minister talked about how they want to put more funds to make it work. United Nations talked about it, so it's a very topical issue now. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Center for Social Justice and our partners in the Spotlight Initiative of the United Nations and the United Nations Development Program, we welcome you to this August workshop, which is also holding in August. So thank you and welcome.